I'm a professional magician. I am Doc Andrew, raconteur. Basically, that means somebody who talks a lot.
So what does your act consist of? It's just,
I'm a close-up magician. Cards and coins, rings and strings, anything I can pick up. I do a finale, which is called Cups and Balls.
with the oranges, obviously.
Right.
How long have you been a magician for?
I've been a magician for 30 years, professionally.
That's a long time. Is that
Yeah.
you spent most of that busking or performing elsewhere?
Well, it's an interesting mix. I've been busking for over 20 years, but I've also been a corporate magician, which means I've worked for Fortune 500 companies. I performed at the White House twice for 2 U.S. presidents, and I performed for Her Majesty once.
Jeez.
So, yeah, I get around a bit.
What's your motives behind it? You obviously enjoy it. Is it for income as well?
Oh, yeah. I make a very good living. If you're just going to stand around and do nothing, you're obviously not going to make any money. If you're entertaining, likable, lovable, whatever, you can probably do rather well. I've made a very good life for myself. But I'm interested in the people around me. It's not just about me. It's about what I can give to everybody else in the show.
Yeah, I saw the kids getting involved before. So.
Well, you see the adults too. There's points where the adults, you look at them, their eyes just go, and they glaze over for a moment, because at that point they now are in a show in a position where reality means nothing. Their jobs don't exist. Their husband, their wife, their bills, their mortgage, none of that matters. What matters is me breaking the laws of physics and stupidity. And all of a sudden they're in my world instead of theirs, and it's a very zen thing. Then at the end of 30 minutes, if they want to pick that back up, they're free to do so, but they don't have to. They're free to go on their day with a little bit lighter feeling and a little bit happier.
Just thinking how that pumpkin appeared in your hat.
Everybody wants to know where the pumpkin comes from. It comes from Kohl's.
So you're from America. Did you do much busking over there?
I did. I moved here. Everything I say in my show is true. I married an Australian 2 years ago. We met in a coffee shop, fell in love, and I left America to come here. Normally, I would start in the summer in the U.S., busking my way around, and then I would go to Europe for their summer, and then now I come here. But now that I live here, I stay.
How does it compare here to busking elsewhere?
Well, the biggest difference is Australia is not a tipping culture. Okay, in America, they realize they have to tip for everything. You go to a coffee shop, you tip your barista. A waiter makes $2.13 an hour, so they rely on their tips to live. Everywhere, you tip everybody. So Americans like, oh, it's a show? Okay, I tip. So the money's usually pretty good if you're any good. Here, they're like, go ahead, dance, magic boy. And if you have any dead spots in the show, any transitions that doesn't make sense to them, they turn and walk. So getting into their wallet is another trick of its own. You have to be sincere, you have to be good, and you have to be personable. Then people go, oh, the guy's earned it. This is his wage, it's his living. Great, I have no problem. So there's the difference.
Obviously the bit of comedy keeps them around as well.
Well, if people don't laugh, then they have no reason to stay. I have a giant soapbox out here. I can say whatever I want to. So if I'm just going to make laughs, well, that's good. It keeps people entertained, but they're not getting anything from it.
Yeah.
So I give a little bit of social commentary, but it's not preaching, politics, none of that. It's just I think that we should be better to each other. Do a little bit of good, a little bit of love and kindness during the day, and the whole world becomes better that way. And I mention these things in little tiny bits in the show, and people walk away just feeling better. And my bet is that a little later in the day, they're going to forgive somebody that they wouldn't have done, or they're going to be a little more relaxed with somebody when they didn't have to be. So hopefully, besides making a living, I'm doing a little bit of service to the world. We'll see.
Oh yeah, thanks for your time. It was a great interview.
Quite welcome.